Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're looking at the starting system on our 2008 Yamaha Raider. Now sometimes it'll start, other times the relay just clicks, so we really need to figure out what's going on. Why don't you take a listen real quick. Sometimes a click, and sometimes it'll start. Now personally, I don't want to be out on the road and not know my machine's going to start every single time. So is it just a weak battery? Is there something going on with the starter? Or is it the starter relay? Well, I don't know at this point. So let's take a look and isolate what's going on. That way we can be sure it's going to start every time we need it to. So let's go. In preparation for this, I went ahead and ordered a new battery and a starter relay. Now I do want to caution you on the battery. There are different makes and models that will fit in this same space, but this unit with its huge displacement, it's going to require this particular battery that has the amperage that can actually turn the engine over. Now, where is it? Well, both of those components are hidden up under the seat. So let's get it pulled and let's start testing it. All right, pretty simple. Insert, turn. If only all the other motorcycles were that easy. And hidden under here will be your ECU. Be careful with that. Wiring tray, and then up under that is going to be your battery. First test we want to do is just looking at the voltage. I mean, what I want to see is somewhere around 12.5, 12.7 volts. Let's see what this one has. All right, she's down to just 12 volts, and that's an indicator that we're already walking in the right direction. Now just for fun, we want to see how far she drops when we try to start it. Okay, so she dropped all the way down to 7.96 volts, and once it started, 13.26. 8 volts, oh, that's below the threshold of where it should be. It should, under full load, go to maybe 10, 10.5 volts. So at this point, it's definitely looking like just the battery. But to be sure, I'm going to go ahead and put a tester on it to see if that verifies what this meter has already told me. So it was reading 11.97 volts now, ouch, and it confirmed what I already knew, bad, replace. Now most people aren't going to have this tester, and you really don't need it as long as you do the same steps that we did with a multimeter. And if you don't have a multimeter, you need to go get one. There's too many uses for them. Well, now that we know which one should be the culprit, let's get that one pulled out, reinstall the new one, and then see how it sounds. Now granted, in this particular instance, there's not much metal around here to short out against, but it's generally best practiced to do the negative side first and then the positive side. That way, if you did bump into anything with your wrench, it wouldn't ground out. And out she comes. There we go. And this one had been replaced, but it wasn't an OEM. There we go. Handy dandy little strap for when this battery needs to be replaced. Now you can put these in before you drop in the battery, but most of the time I go after. Now going back in, it's the reverse. You want to get your positive first and then go do your negative. All right, let's get our wire tray. Now there's supposed to be a strap going from here over to here to hold the ECU in place, and I've got one on order, but you need to have that in place to keep it from moving around. But also want to point out while I'm down here is that starter relay is tucked away right down here, if that indeed turned out to be the problem and not the battery. Now, if it was your starter relay, what does that usually look like? Well, your battery, first off, is going to test good. The relay typically, it'll engage, you'll hear that click but then it won't start the starter. Now at that point, it still could be the starter, but more than likely it's going to be the relay, because you can get corrosion or some type of arc on the contactors themselves and they don't make a good connection inside of the relay. That's why you hear it click, but it really doesn't pass power through. And the way you verify that is to use your meter or your test light to see if there's voltage being passed in between those two posts. But now with that new battery in place, let's see what she sounds like. That's what we were looking for. All we've got to do now is pop our seat back on along with this cover, and then this little project is done. Well, all right guys, this one turned out to be the simplest, and most of the time it is the simple solution. Well listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And hey, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.